sacred architecture, religious art, spiritual significance. Welcome to our ultimate Vatican City Guide. Let's go! So hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, and for this travel video, as part of our Europe travel, we'll focus sa pinakamaliit na bansa sa buong mundo, which is Vatican City.
Nung nagpunta kami sa Rome, syempre dahil nandun na kami, kailangan na natin bisitahin ng Vatican City.
So there are a lot of things that we discovered as we explore this country at dedetalyehin natin ito dito sa ating video. So paano kami nakapunta dito, ano nga ba yung makikita sa Vatican City, ano yung mga must-see spots nito at magkano ang naging budget at complete expenses namin nung bumisita kami.
So lahat ng yan ay dedetalyehin namin in this Vatican Travel Guide. So let's go and join us, especially if you want Vatican City be included sa dream Europe tour nyo.
We're Beam and Grace, and we create budget travel guide for Filipinos looking to explore the world without spending a fortune. On this channel, you'll find easy-to-follow itineraries, complete cost breakdowns, and insider tips to make your travels unforgettable. So if you're ready to plan your dream trip, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. So, bago natin i-explore ang pinakamaliit na bansa sa buong mundo, so let us share with you ilan sa mga mahalagang information na kailangan mo malaman bago ka pumunta ng Vatican City. So una, let's talk about Vatican City's background. So though located sa gitna ng Rome, Italy, ang Vatican City ay actually isang independent sovereign state. So nakaka-amaze lang na hindi mo mai-imagine na isang buong bansa na pala to kasi ang liit lang talaga ng Vatican City. So if compared sa mga lugar sa Pilipinas, mas malaki pa ang BGC at Luneta Park kesa sa Vatican City. So imagine, ganun lang siya talaga kaliit. And since karamihan sa atin ay Catholic, so Roman Catholic, alam naman natin na ang Vatican City ay ang headquarters ng Roman Catholic Church at kilala ito bilang tahanan ng St. Peter's Basilica and Square at ng Vatican Museums and Sistine Chapel. So kilala din ang Vatican City sa angkin nitong art and religious history. So ang Vatican City ay isang UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting millions of pilgrims taon-taon. So if you want to know more about this country, please see its official website na nakalink dito sa video namin.
Pangalawa sa mga importanteng malaman nating mga Pilipino ay ang visa. Since ang Vatican City ay located within Rome, Italy, tayong mga Pilipino ay nangangailangan ng Schengen visa to enter sa Vatican. We created a separate video dedicated para sa pag-a-apply nating mga Pilipino ng Schengen visa. So dito sa video na ito, we'll be walking you through our complete application experience noong kumuha kami sa Italian Embassy.
So pangatlo naman ay currency. So gumagamit din ang Vatican City ng Euro as its currency katulad sa Italy and other European countries. So widely accepted sa mga museums at official shops ang debit and credit cards. And as experience, tinatanggap din dito yung GCash card, which is amazing. Pero it's better kung may dala pa rin tayong cash on hand, lalo na sa smaller purchases at saka sa offerings. So may available ATMs naman sa Vatican City, pero mostly limited ang mga ito based sa experience namin.
Sa dress code naman, conservative dito sa Vatican at syempre we need to give respect because Vatican City is a holy place. So it means a strict dress code sa lahat ng mga bisita. So walang shorts above the knee, walang sleeveless, tops or bare shoulders. Wala ding mga low cut or crop tops. Now, no miniskirts din. So pro tip, para sa mga babae, pwede po magdala ng light scarf or shawl to cover your shoulders if needed. As per experience po, talagang mahigpit yung security, especially kapag papasok ka ng St. Peter's Basilica. Hindi ka talaga makakapasok kapag hindi ka sumunod sa dress code. So, if pupunta kayo, opt to wear na lang kahit mga t-shirt, pants, and shoes. okay na yun at papapasukin ka afterwards. Huwag hayaang masayang yung trip mo at better na sumunod na lang sa rules ng tamang pananamit.
So while Italian ang official language, huwag mag-alala dahil English naman is widely spoken in the museum. So guided tours as well at saka sa mga religious services.
Vatican is very secure at meron itong sariling police force sa loob, pero stay alert lang, lalo na sa mga crowded areas.
So alam naman natin sa Rome, talamak ang magnanakaw at hindi mawawala iyon sa Vatican City. So as experienced, nung andon kami, there are police officers tapos may hinuhuling parang kawatan. So no idea ano ang kaso, pero nakaposas yung tao na yon kasama ng mga police officers. So ito ang ilan sa mga essential safety tips based sa experiences namin sa Vatican City. So first, keep your belongings close, lalo na sa St. Peter's Square kasi maraming tao dito kahit holy yung place. Perfect opportunity ito para sa mga pickpockets. So next is be respectful and mindful sa mga sacred spaces. Matutong maging magalang lalo na't ito ay isang religious place. So next, sumunod naman sa mga instructions from Swiss guards and security personnel. So by the way, yung mga Swiss guards, ito yung mga naka-uniform ng makulay na blue, red, orange, and yellow. Sila yung most iconic symbols ng Vatican and they are considered to be official protectors ng Pope at saka ng Palace. Next, pwede naman mag-picture at mag-video. Yun lang, marami ding spots na bawal, especially dun sa Sistine Chapel. And lastly, para sa emergencies, you may contact 112. This is the European emergency number that connects you to the police, ambulance, and fire services. So huwag mag-alala dahil English-speaking ang operators naman dito. So available naman yun.
Lastly, for the other things na kailangan nyong malaman like weather, perfect time to visit, data roaming connectivity, and the packing your essentials not only in the Vatican but also for the whole Europe trip. You may also watch our Europe pre-planning guide as well. Please see the link below.
Actually, madali lang pumunta ng Vatican City galing sa city center ng Rome. So here are the main transportation options na pwede nyong i-consider pag pupunta kayo ng Vatican. So firstly, by metro. Ang pinaka-convenient way ay sumakay ng Metro Line A. Ito yung red line. So pwede ka bumaba sa mga stations na ito. So Ottaviano or to San Pietro Station, which is 10-minute walk papuntang St. Peter's Square. The Cipro Station, this is a 15-minute walk naman papuntang Vatican Museums. So yung single journey metro tickets, hindi naman ganun kamahal. So for only 150 euros or like 100 pesos, valid na yung 100 minutes. So alternatively, kung meron naman kayong Roma Pass, pwede mo naman din tong gamitin for unlimited metro rides to Vatican City. So within dun sa pass validity period mo.
Second is by bus. Marami din namang bus lines from the Rome and nagko-connect to Vatican City. So from bus 40, which is the express, from the Terminus Station to St. Peter's Square. From the bus 64, it is from Termini to Vatican City. Ito yung proper sa mga tourist. So from bus 492 naman, from Tiburtina Station, diretso na ito sa Vatican Museums. Parehas lang naman yung cost ng bus tickets kagaya ng mga metro tickets, which is €1.50 or more or less 100 pesos if converted dito sa atin.
And lastly, by walking. So if you're staying in Rome's historic center, walking to Vatican City is a pleasant option din naman, lalo na't marami kang matatanaw while strolling around, tapos maaga ka aalis, which is hindi naman mainit pa. So kung hotel mo ay sa vicinity ng Piazza Navona, so it's 20-minute walk lang. Tapos from Pantheon naman, 25-minute walk. And then from Spanish Steps, it's a 30-minute walk. So pro tip, if pumunta ka sa Rome ng peak season, what we recommend is to take the public transport sa umaga para maaga ka makarating sa Vatican City. Tapos pabalik, maglakad ka na lang through Rome's beautiful streets pa uwi. Sa loob mismo ng Vatican, it's very unusual to have a place to book for accommodation. Pero don't worry kasi nga nasa loob ng Rome ang Vatican City at napakadami mong options na pwede mong i-consider, but these are some of the perfect places na malapit lang sa Vatican. So firstly, it's on the Prati district. So this is the best overall choice. So maayos ang neighborhood dito at dito elegant yung residential place na ito and nag-offer ito ng perfect balance of convenience and value. So this is like 5 to 10 minute walk to the Vatican Museums. Tapos konektado siya sa Ottaviano at Lepanto metro stations. So convenient siya. Meron din ditong malalapit na local markets and authentic Roman restaurants at pwede ka na din mag-shopping along Cola di Rienzo Street. So budget-friendly dito sa area na to, starting around 4,000 pesos per night. Pero still, depende ito sa season ng pagbisita mo. Perfect itong Prati sa mga budget travelers who want comfort without sacrificing its location.
Second is the Borgos District. Premium Vatican location. Dito naman sa Borgo, maganda ang mga location pero mas mahal ang mga accommodations kasi this is a historic neighborhood kasi ito yung nasa gitna ng St. Peter's Square at the Castel St. Angelo. So literally, few steps lang away from the St. Peter's Basilica. Tapos perfect ito for early morning Vatican visits kasi nga malapit lang siya. So dito, para kang nasa medieval times. Ganito yung vibe ng mga streets nila. There's a lot of excellent pero expensive din ng mga dining options. Yung mga mid-range hotels dito nag-start from 7,000 pesos per night. Ito naman, perfect ito for pilgrims and those prioritizing na malapit sa Vatican proximity.
So, pro tips for booking. So, dapat mag-book na kayo 3 to 4 months ahead, lalo na kung peak season kayo pupunta, which is March to October. Tapos, lalo na this year, ang Jubilee until end of January next year. So, paniguradong sobrang dami ng tao. So, be prepared for this. Also, kailangan natin i-consider ang distance to the metro station. So, crucial siya, lalo na sa summer kasi ang init sa Rome.
Check din natin kung may mga breakfast na kasama which can save significant money. Again, kung summer, maghanap ng air-conditioned accommodation. Maraming hotels, Airbnbs, and places na walang aircon based sa experience namin. Tapos, laging tandaan na magbasa ng recent travelers' reviews para sa authentic feedback.
So, uulitin lang po namin na ang Vatican City wala talagang hotels within its walls. All accommodation will be in the surrounding Rome neighborhoods. So, ang importanteng bagay ay makahanap tayo ng right balance between proximity, comfort, and then budget. So, what are the top things to do sa Vatican City? So, let us guide you through Vatican City's most incredible attractions. Ito based sa experiences namin ito. So this is to give you the best mix ng art, spiritual significance, at ng religious history. So yung lahat ng sasabihin namin this time comes with corresponding expenses or prices with some practical tips to make the most out of your visit. Number 1, bisitahin ang St. Peter's Basilica and Square. So, ang St. Peter's Basilica, ang pinakamalaking simbahan sa buong mundo. So, it's the world's largest church at sa loob nito makikita natin ang masterpiece ni Michelangelo which is the Pieta. So, sa labas ng Basilica, ito naman yung St. Peter's Square. So, sobrang lawak nito at minsan kapag natsyempohan nyo sa time of visit nyo, sometimes there are ceremonies na nangyayari dito sa square na ito. So lalo na ngayon, Jubilee season, so panigurado there will be a lot of events which will happen outside the Basilica. So pwede mo din i-explore itong square na dinesign ni Bernini, yung mga rows of columns which is very iconic, which is called a colonnade. Yung pagbisita dito ay free lang, pero kailangan nyo agahan kasi marami talagang tao. So again, free lang yung pagpunta dun sa mismong church at saka sa mismong pag-explore ng square.
Second, explore the Vatican Museums. Next naman ay pumunta kami ng Vatican Museums. Isa ito sa world's largest art collections featuring priceless masterpiece and historical treasures. Not necessarily a religious collection lang yung makikita dito kasi makikita din dito yung mga Egyptian, Roman, and Greek art. So, malaki itong museum na ito. Surely, magsasawa kayo sa mga statues at mga ngawit yung ulo nyo na kakatingin sa taas. Kasi yung taas nila ay may mga paintings are super detailed and ang dami talagang nangyayari dito. By the way, as money-saving tip, book Vatican Museum's ticket online in advance to save money and skip long queues. Consider visiting Vatican Museum early morning or late afternoon to avoid crowds pero still, depende ito sa season. Online booking yung nire-recommend namin. Yung cost starts at 1,606 pesos at you can do this in the official website para makamas mura.
Number 3, experience the Sistine Chapel. So by the way, ito yung hindi namin alam nung una, pero yung Sistine Chapel ay part ng Vatican Museums. Ito ang pinaka-highlight nitong pagbisita mo sa Vatican Museums. So nung una, akala namin magkaiba ito. So yun pala, dire-diretso yung experience kasi lalakad mo lahat from museum, ganyan. So step by step. Habang binibisita namin ito, hindi namin alam na ito na pala yung Sistine Chapel. So nalaman na lang namin nung pa-exit na kasi ang daming tao dito and the securities are way more strict here. So makikita kasi dito yung famous frescoes na The Last Judgment tsaka yung Creation of Adam. Sila yung mga sikat na sikat. So by the way, bawal mag-picture dito. Again, bawal. Yang didi-display namin currently are from the internet only kasi maraming nakabantay na security. What you need to do is to look at them closely and witness them in your own eyes. Actually, sobrang detalyado ng ceiling at sobrang nakaka-amaze. So as experience sa loob, walang ilaw, so natural light lang, which is actually medyo madilim. So no idea why. But as research, sabi nila naman, hindi na daw sila gumagamit ng natural light kasi nasisira yung paintings. And since they want it preserved, they currently opt to artificial lighting. So hindi lang namin alam bakit nung nagpunta kami, parang natural light lang. Maybe it's because it's early morning and they still use natural light kasi hindi pa masyadong harsh yung sunlight sa umaga. So if you guys know why, you may comment down below, okay, para mas marami ding ma-inform na viewers regarding this setup. So by the way, dito sa Sistine Chapel, hindi siya museum, isa siyang malaking simbahan na walang upuan nun mga walang upuan. Tapos punong-puno yung place ng mga tao. Tapos punong-puno din ng paintings yung ceiling. So talagang nakakangawit sa leeg kasi lagi ka nakatingin sa taas. So this is included with the Vatican Museum's ticket. So medyo sulit na yung more or less 1,606 pesos for each person na kanina naming diniscuss dun sa Vatican Museum.
Fourth, attend the papal audience. We haven't experienced this and we're actually sad because we never saw the late Pope. And when we visited kasi, it's time na yung Pope, si Pope Benedict ay nasa malala na yung kalagayan niya. So we never get the chance to participate in the weekly papal audience sa St. Peter's Square. So this is typically held on Wednesdays kapag yung Pope is present in the Vatican. Yung cost naman nito is free lang, pero you need to book in advance. Here's the link below again, free lang siya. So don't book externally kasi baka maloko lang kayo kasi wala naman talaga itong bayad.
And the last one, number 5, see the Swiss Guards. So watch the Vatican's colorfully dressed protectors in their traditional uniforms. So standing guard at key points throughout the Vatican City vicinity. So as experience, yung mga Swiss Guards na ito, seryoso at saka walang reaksyon. So if ever you reach out to them or magpapapicture kayo o basta try to get in their attention, hindi ka nila talaga papansinin. So ito ay actually part ng kanilang duty, tradition, and discipline in serving the Vatican City. So by the way, there are consequences if you disrespect or provoke a Swiss guard, and you may be escorted out of Vatican City. So as a tourist, always observe respect and be mindful of the things that you are actually doing. So ang cost nito, since they're around, makikita mo talaga sila, walang bayad ito. Because if you enter the Vatican City na vicinity, yung area ng Vatican City, makikita mo lang sila. So ngayon naman, ikukwento at i-discuss namin yung experience namin sa Vatican City and our actual itinerary with cost breakdown. So if you really want to know, keep watching our video. So konting kwento lang, ang budget namin noon for the whole day sa Vatican City is more or less 8,000 pesos, and later, we'll discover kung lumagpas ba kami or hindi dun sa budget na inallot namin since marami pa kaming cities na pupuntahan sa Europe. So hanggat maaari, ang goal namin is makatipid, and syempre budget traveler tayo eh. So itong trip to Vatican City, ginawa namin yung trip namin on our day 4 sa Rome.
So to start, maaga kaming umalis kasi alam namin na marami talagang tao sa Vatican City. So umalis kami ng hotel, which is the Hotel Tor Vergata, at 7 a.m. Yung pamasahe namin is part of the Roma Pass kasi we availed this pass for both of us.
So nung nakarating kami sa Vatican City, una kaming napadpad sa St. Peter's Square around 7:56 a.m. kasi medyo malayo-layo din yung hotel namin sa Rome papunta sa loob ng Vatican City. So okay pa ang temperature, hindi pa mainit masyado kasi maaga-aga pa. So ayun, nag-stroll lang kami sa malaking square, picture taking, tapos observed how big the square is, pati yung colonnade na may statues ng mga saints and religious figures.
Tapos since 9 a.m. may schedule na kami to visit the Vatican Museum and Sistine Chapel, pumunta muna kami diretso doon bago kami pumasok ng St. Peter's Basilica. Investing 50 euros for the tickets for both of us to explore these magnificent treasures. Sobrang daming nakapila. Buti na lang online purchase na yung ginawa namin. So, wala nang pila-pila. Sa exit, huminto kami sa souvenir shop around 11 a.m. para bumili ng pasalubong na rosaries. Yes, we spent 36.34 euros.
So by 11:47 a.m., nagutom na kami, so mahabang lakaran, at doon kami dinala sa labas ng Vatican City at kumain sa Pasta Sciuta, where we enjoyed delicious and affordable pasta. So sobrang lapit lang nito sa entrance ng Vatican City. So habang kumakain kami, nagpo-purchase din kami ng online metro tickets for like 14 euros dahil yung 72-hour Roma Pass namin expired na. If you want an idea how to purchase metro tickets sa Rome, diniscuss namin ito sa other video namin on Rome Travel Guide. So check that out kasi doon namin dinitalye not only purchasing tickets but everything related sa Rome. So back to the story, pagtapos namin kumain, bumalik ulit kami inside Vatican. So mainit na nitong time na to kasi aside sa summer, lunchtime siya, so tanghali ang tapat, at dun nga tayo pumasok sa St. Peter's Basilica at 1:05 p.m. So pumila kami sa kainitan ng araw, kaya guys, magdala kayo ng payong if you're visiting, especially around noon as the lines can be quite long. So by the way, mahigpit dito, may security checks bago pumasok, titignan yung bags, tapos again, strict sila sa dress code, so wear proper clothing inside. So pagpasok namin, sobrang daming tao honestly, but we were amazed by its sheer size. Equivalent to more or less like 8 regular churches na pinag-combine. So hindi mo alam kung ano ang una mong pupuntahan kasi nga sobrang laki niya. So after this spiritual grandeur, lumabas na kami ng Vatican City and we treated ourselves to a grande caramel macchiato sa Starbucks sa Piazza Montecitorio. So around 2:55 p.m. So kasi sobrang init talaga.
By 5 p.m., we returned to our hotel. Ginamit na namin yung purchase tickets namin. We immediately rested knowing we had a journey to Paris ahead naman. So natulog kami shortly and quickly pack our bags. Buti na lang may mga nabili kaming groceries kaya covered na yung late dinner namin. So at 10 p.m. naman, we checked out and I head straight sa airport kasi yung flight namin is very early, which is 6 a.m. We decided na pumunta na sa airport in advance rather than risk traveling at 2 a.m. So, as per checking, mahirap umalis ng ganito kaaga. We have no choice but to take a taxi if ever we do to do this, which is very expensive. Hindi namin afford yon, so kaya nag-metro na lang kami. Pero umalis kami ng 10 p.m. which cost 28 euros. It's always better to wait at the airport than taking the risk missing a flight tapos mas matipid pa yon.
So our total spending for this memorable Vatican adventure came to 121.98 euros or more or less 7,791 pesos. So here's the summary of our whole day itinerary and cost breakdown for your reference. So feel free to screenshot this itinerary with expenses to help you on your journey to Vatican City. And there you have it, our ultimate Vatican City guide with our itinerary and complete cost breakdown for you to plan out Europe, especially sa pagpunta sa Vatican City. So we hope this travel guide helps you plan your own Vatican City adventure, and lagi natin tatandaan na exploring Europe isn't about having deep pockets. It's about smart planning, good timing, and knowing where to find the best deals. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below. Okay, at sasagutin namin lahat yan right away. If you found this guide helpful, please like our video, subscribe to our channel for more budget-friendly travel tips for both local and international destinations. So let's show more Filipinos that with proper planning and research, European travel can be both affordable and unforgettable.
Coming up next, our ultimate travel guide to Paris, France. Thank you guys for watching and see you in our next video.
Bye-bye!